good meeting is one where there is communication happening between all members. Yeah? And if this needs an agile method, I don't know. It needs somehow the right people and time enough and an atmosphere of not fearing, and this is, call it agile or whatever.
What did you recently change your mind about?
Really change? No, I think about things, and if I shall already change it, I don't know. When we talk about management literature, there is a lot of agile discussion right now, and there are things which are somehow new, and some of them are just hidden because we knew them in other terms already for a pretty long time, which is, for example, planning step by step, yeah, and not planning till the end. So I think we have done, as systemic coaches, we have done this for a pretty long time. We call it process orientation. Yeah? So we do the next step only when we see how the former one developed or helped. Yeah? So, and these are things, therefore I like the terminology, but some concepts are already known, which is okay. So I always prove or check really if concepts are new and really make a difference or just somehow newly packed.
Yesterday I was working with Axel Exner and Alexander Dojak.
Okay.
And they said we use the systemic loop since 40 years,
yeah.
But now the time is ready. Society is ready for incremental iterative work.
Yeah, perfect. Some things are now the society, or at least the necessary group of people we are working with, mainly managers, they are ready now to think in these terms. And the time is,
they have to.
They have to.
Right?
Things cannot be planned in from the beginning till the end, like a machine or like a Gantt diagram or whatever. So these things we have to adjust because big growth or VUCA world or whatever we call it, with high complexity and so on, needs other methods, and therefore they are mature right now.
What is your take on Agile? What is Agile an answer to which problem of managers? To deal with high complexity, yeah, and volatility and ambiguity and all these. So meaning all the situations where managers are in every day. So it's not, do I only do this or that? How to combine and say, okay, in this case I have to do it that way, and then so both at the same time, and therefore these agile concepts help. But I'm not, the word helps, but what are really the concepts behind it? So I'm not so sure where not traditional methods like making a good meeting and good communication are helpful as well. Yeah. Bad meetings in former times, it's good and bad meetings. A good meeting is one where there is communication happening between all members. Yeah? And if this needs an agile method, I don't know. It needs somehow the right people and time enough and an atmosphere of not fearing, and this is, call it agile or whatever. How can managers prepare and moderate a crisp meeting?
Inviting the right people, creating an atmosphere of really screening what is necessary to be talked about. Steering and deciding what has to be done in common and what has to be done amongst two people, or really, and make at the end at least a reflection of how happy are we with that meeting. Do we take away what is necessary? Did we decide on the right things? So make a self-reflection in the meeting at the end of the meeting.
Are there any books you currently love?
I have to say that reading the full length of a book nowadays is hard for me as well. So 500, 600 pages. Yeah?
You are a lot into audio, right?
And therefore, I prefer, and I really like audios, podcasts, and probably that what we are doing right now, producing an audio or a video, is might be helpful for people as well. So, but sometimes I really are interested in special publications, and Laloux's Reinventing Organizations is one of those which I recommend to everybody to read. There is very interesting ideas and examples of BuzzOrg and how they organize themselves, and what is really another view on how management can look like. So those are books I can recommend, for example. But watch TED Talks. So there is so much you can see when people really are prepared within 10 minutes to bring over their message. So it's fantastic to see Nigel Marsh or whatever when he talks about work-life balance, and so it's very impressive.